Hello there, my name is Kaylin Stevenson. I know this is out of the blue, but I need to be honest with you about something really important. I'm currently in a relationship with your husband, Greg Mishima. I know it's incredibly forward and probably upsetting, but I felt it was essential that we spoke. I found your contact information on Greg's phone, and that's how I'm reaching out to you now. Well, I guess nice to meet you, though I'm honestly not sure what to say in this situation. You say you're dating my husband? Do you have any idea how insane that sounds? I know how it sounds, but I meant exactly what I said. Greg and I have been in a serious relationship for about a year now. It's not some meaningless affair, and it's not something I'm doing for attention. This is real, and it's been going on for longer than you probably realize. A serious relationship, you say? And you expect me to just sit here and listen to that like it's some kind of sweet love story? You're sleeping with a married man and you're trying to wrap it in this romantic package? You do know exactly what it means to be seeing a man who is married to someone else, don't you? Most people would absolutely call this cheating, and I can't argue with that. I get it. But there's just one thing that I want you to believe, even if it's hard. What Greg and I have together, it's not a joke. It's not a mistake. We're truly serious about each other. We're not pretending. We're not lying to ourselves. If you're putting this much effort into contacting me directly, I had a feeling this conversation was going to go in this direction. This isn't just you venting. You want something from me, don't you? I do. The truth is, Greg is suffering in your marriage. What I'm asking is actually really simple, even if it's painful to hear. Please break up with him. Let him go. Are you saying he told you he's unhappy with me? He tells me all the time, every single day. He vents about how unhappy he is, how he doesn't feel like himself anymore. And you two work at the same company, right? So you see him at work and then you see him at home. He doesn't get a break. It's no surprise he's suffocating. And I've heard you treat him like you're above him because you have more education or a better background. I have no idea who's been telling you that, but it's completely false. I've never looked down on him, not even once. If anything, I've tried to support him, even when it was hard. But I do know that he has his insecurities, but he's been carrying those with him since well before we were married. But being around you makes it worse. He's miserable, Linda. If you honestly love him, if you ever really did, then the best thing you could do is let him go. Set him free before you break him completely. Are you saying Greg wants to get divorced? Has he actually said that to you? I already told you. He complains about you every single day. And I'm not just saying that to be dramatic. This isn't something I'm making up. Of course he wants to divorce you. He just hasn't figured out how to say it out loud yet. Let me ask you something. You said you got my number from his phone, right? Does Greg even know that you're contacting me like this? No, he doesn't. I'm doing this for his sake, because he deserves better than to live like this forever. I see. You know, when he's with me on a date, he looks so alive. There's this softness in his face, this ease in his voice. He laughs, he relaxes, he becomes genuinely happy. But every single time he goes back home, it's like watching someone sink into quicksand. He stiffens up, he gets quiet, his whole expression changes, and honestly, it's painful to watch. You're the one holding him down emotionally. And I just don't understand how you can allow him to live like that. Don't you feel anything seeing the man you married spiral like that? Of course I do. Of course I care about his happiness. That's the whole reason I married him in the first place. I wanted us to build a life together, something real, something fulfilling. I've been trying to make it work, even when it got hard, even when he pulled away. Then answer me this. When was the last time the two of you went out on an actual date? Not just running errands or grabbing dinner near the office, an actual thoughtful date. Because he takes me out all the time, almost every single day, actually. Just last weekend, we went to this gorgeous restaurant. It had candlelight, a sommelier, the works. And we've been doing that kind of thing regularly. Fancy places, scenic drives, little day trips here and there. And you know what? Right before our last trip, he bought me a designer dress and a beautiful pair of heels, just so I'd feel special, just so I'd look perfect for dinner with him. He gives me gifts like that constantly. Can you honestly say he's done anything like that for you lately? So, that's where all his time and energy has been going. He kept saying he was buried in work. But it wasn't work at all, was it? He was just choosing to spend that time with you. He spends so much more money on me than he ever does on you. Now, I'm not saying money is everything, but come on. When someone makes that kind of effort, when they go out of their way to treat you like you matter, it's pretty clear where their heart is. It's pretty clear where their heart is. His feelings are with me now, and I think you already know that. Maybe you're right. Maybe he really is gone already, emotionally speaking, but I still need to hear it from him. I need to talk to Greg myself before I make any decisions. Once I do, I'll get back to you. All I ask is that when you have that conversation, you go into it ready to let him go. Because he will be so much happier once he's finally free. He'll finally be able to breathe again. Please don't keep clinging to something that's only making him miserable. Please stop stealing his chance to be happy. Well, Greg, I just got a message from a Miss Kaylin Stevenson.
You did, huh?
She said you're cheating on me and that you want a divorce. Tell me straight, is that true?
Yeah, there's no point pretending anymore. Not now.
So what Kaylin told me about everything that's been going on between the two of you, that was all real? You're actually admitting it?
Yep, it's true, all of it. If you really wanted to dig, you could pull up evidence in, what, a day? Maybe less?
So you've been sneaking around this whole time? Telling me you were swamped with work, and it was all just a lie? And now what? You're not even going to bother coming up with an excuse? You're not even going to try and defend yourself?
Look, Caitlin messaged you because she actually cares about me. She did what she did because she knows what I've been going through. I can't just brush that off like it meant nothing.
That's interesting. You didn't seem to have any problem brushing off our marriage like it meant nothing.
What do you want me to say? I love her more than I love you. That's just the truth. And that's why this has to end. For her sake, for mine, honestly, for yours too. Just one thing. Please, I'm begging you, don't take this out on her. Don't try to make her life miserable.
Wow, going out of your way to defend your precious mistress from your wife. You and Kaylin are seriously out here acting like you're the leads in some perfect little love story. And I'm just the obstacle in your way, right? I'm cast as the villain in your romantic fantasy?
If you're gonna stand in the way of our happiness, then yeah! From where we're standing, that's exactly what you are! We're just trying to follow what we believe is real, and what we feel is genuine love. That's all this is!
I see. All right then, let's talk about the divorce.
Fine by me, let's get into it. So, the house we shared, the car we used, all that stuff, furniture, appliances, everything that's still inside, you can have it. All of it. I'm moving out, I'll be staying at my parents' condo, and Kaylin's coming with me.
Wait, you're moving in with her? Into your parents' place?
Yeah, me, Kaylin, my mom, and my dad. 4 of us. It's a big place with plenty of room. We won't be stepping on each other's toes.
Okay.
We'll figure out the money and other assets some other time. You can make the calls on that. Doesn't matter to me. I'll pay alimony if that's what it takes. So can we just consider this settled already? I made my choice. I picked Kaylin. She's younger, sweeter, and honestly just better for me. Sorry if that stings, but don't act like you're blameless in all this either.
Exactly how aren't I blameless in your eyes, Greg? You're saying I'm the one who ruined our marriage?
We've been married 6 years and not once have we had a kid, not even close. My mom has been saying forever that you're a complete dud. She's been telling me for years to cut ties, divorce you, and find someone younger to start fresh with.
Your mother actually said that?
Yeah, constantly. She's been calling you a bad wife behind your back the entire time. And lately she's been saying she wants to see a grandchild before it's too late. But Kaylin, she's different. She told me right away she's not gonna chase some career. She wants to be a full-time housewife. So now, finally, I might actually be able to give my parents the grandkid they've been waiting for.
I honestly thought I had a good relationship with your parents. I thought they liked me. I guess that's just my imagination, huh?
You run your own company and you walk around like you're hot stuff, like you're this brilliant, unstoppable woman. But let's be real. You're not attractive. You're not warm. You don't even feel like a woman anymore. And on top of that, you can't have kids. If you were younger, prettier, softer like Kaylin is, maybe I would have felt something. But I didn't. I tried, sure. I told myself you were the right person. I pushed down everything I felt and just went with it. For 6 whole years, I put up with pressure from both my parents telling me they wanted a grandchild. I took the hits. I stood by you. I defended you. But you know what? That was 6 wasted years. Completely wasted.
And during those wasted 6 years, you were cheating on me for one of them. Don't pretend you were some noble martyr. If you were so unhappy, if you'd really made up your mind, then you could have ended it before you started sleeping around.
I wasn't planning to divorce you. I thought I was protecting you. But then Kaylin stepped up. She reached out to you. She had the guts to move things forward. So no, I don't regret it. Not any of it.
I see.
Well, I guess that's all we have to talk about. I'm heading out now. Goodbye.
So hey, I heard from Greg. He said you're finally getting divorced. Honestly, I'm really glad I worked up the nerve to contact you when I did. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried I might come across as sneaky or underhanded, but in the end, it totally paid off. We haven't finalized anything yet. There are still a lot of decisions to be made, and the legal side of it isn't simple. Paperwork, logistics. There's more to it than just saying, I want a divorce. Well, how long's it gonna take? Because if it's about needing proof of the affair, I can hand that over any time. I have plenty. If you need it, I'd even be fine with helping you out with hiring a lawyer. So just do it already, okay? For his sake, dragging this out isn't helping anyone, least of all Greg. And I know it must be painful to lose your meal ticket. After all, Greg's a high-ranking executive. But that doesn't mean you should cling to him like a desperate child. Let's be adults about this, okay? You think Greg is my meal ticket? Let's be real. You've been treating him like your own personal ATM, haven't you? An ATM? Isn't that what happens to like 90% of execs anyway? They just end up being used by their wives for money for absolutely nothing in return. So seriously, just cut him loose. Divorce him. And while you're at it, maybe cut ties with the company too. Alright, guess I'll just fire him then. Excuse me? What did you just say? Fire him? What exactly do you think is going on here? Greg told me you're just a regular employee. You don't have the authority to fire anyone, especially not him. What are you even talking about? Yes, we both work at the same company, that part's true. But I'm on the executive board. I'm a corporate officer. Greg, he's just a regular staff member. Office floor. No decision-making power. Wait, what? His parents were so obnoxious around the time we were married. They were all like, "You can't outrank your husband, that's scandalous!" So I gave him an executive title, with no actual authority. It was just for appearances, that's all. He never earned it. I handed it to him. Hold on, are you saying that company, it's yours? That is correct. If you bothered to check the website, you'd see my face and name right there on the CEO's page. I even added a little personal note for myself to prospective clients and partners. I had no idea. Well, you do now. It's my company. I built it. I run it. So you'll have to understand, I can't just quit like an ordinary employee. That means that if you're really serious about keeping him away from me, then he's the one who'll have to leave. That would be the fastest way to ensure we don't cross paths anymore. I see how it is. You're just bitter. Did you really think I'd buy that story about you making him a figurehead? Please. Well, fine. After the divorce, he'll just use everything he's learned from being an executive and start his own business. Even if you kick him out, he'll be totally fine. He'll grow his company from the ground up, and one day, he'll be big enough to swallow yours in a merger. Wouldn't that just be poetic? Greg doesn't even know where to start when it comes to launching a company. Keep right on talking, Linda. I know what he really is. He's a business genius. He's not made for taking orders. He's made for giving them. Love really is blind, huh? If you honestly believe he's going to build a business that outpaces mine in just a few years, then by all means, keep dreaming. Oh, I'm dreaming all right. I'm dreaming of the day you're forced to watch him succeed while you eat your words. I cannot wait to see the look on your face when that happens. Hey, Linda! I have great news that I know you'll be happy to hear. So, yesterday was our anniversary. And guess what? We went ahead and got married. We are now officially husband and wife. Isn't that just the best? Is that so? Congratulations. The two of you most definitely deserve each other. Thank you. You might not be sincere, but I actually mean that. Things are going so smoothly on our end. Moving plans are right on schedule, and if everything keeps going this well, I'll be a homeowner before I know it. It's wild. I've never lived on a high floor before. So yeah, I'm super excited. Like, ridiculously excited. And, I know I've been on the receiving end of a lot of generosity lately. From you, mostly. So I just wanted to say, sorry about that. I mean, you've been giving me so many beautiful things. You know, like your husband, your happiness, your life, your reason to live, you know, that sort of thing. How could I not feel a little guilty, right? Oh, you don't need to worry about me at all. By the way, I heard you're moving in with his parents, is that right? Yeah, I mean, I wasn't exactly thrilled about the idea at first. I had my reservations, trust me. But then I took a step back and thought about it. Like, hello, that place is a luxury condo, the kind people put in real estate brochures. Just being able to live there, that alone makes sharing space with his parents totally worth it. Plus the layout, it's super open, not cramped or closed off at all. I don't think it's gonna feel like we're packed in a can like sardines or anything. Plus, his parents are always jetting off somewhere anyway, so they'll probably be out of your hair most of the time. Exactly. And actually, since we're already on a roll, have you ever been to Hawaii? Because that's where the wedding's happening. Just picture it, Linda. A real ceremony in a tropical paradise. His parents are so on board. Like, over the moon excited. Everything's already booked and confirmed. If you're interested, we'd be happy to send you an invite. No pressure, of course. Just thought I'd extend the courtesy. That's sweet of you. Though I do wonder where they found the money for all that. That's some pretty impressive purchasing for a family drowning in debt. Debt? I'm sorry, what are you even talking about? I mean, hello, we live in a high-rise condo. Do you even get what kind of lifestyle that is? You and I, we're from completely different worlds. Yeah, here's the thing about that luxurious high-rise condo. That's actually my property. So I'm gonna have to ask you to pack your things and vacate by the end of the month. Wait, what? What are you even saying right now? That condo is yours? And we have to leave by the end of the month? You can't be serious! I'm dead serious. I'm the one who bought that unit. It was right around 2 years after Greg and I got married. His parents went bankrupt. You knew that his dad used to run a franchise convenience store, right? I was told he was some retired company president. Nope, not even close. He was just a store manager. And thanks to his phenomenal leadership, the store went under. They had nowhere else to go, so I stepped in and let them live in the condo I'd already purchased under my name. Greg and I had been living there together after we got married. That was our home. But once his parents lost everything, I agreed to hand it over and let them move in. We took it as a chance to build a new home somewhere else. Wait! So that condo really was yours all along? That's right. I custom designed our new place to match my own style. Now, we did make plans during the divorce for me to keep the house and then Greg would get the condo. That way, he and his parents would still have somewhere to go. Greg was practically begging and pleading for me to let him keep it. He said that it was basically the only thing that he wanted out of the divorce. Okay, but if the condo was included in the asset division, then technically it belongs to him now, right? It's not your place anymore, so you can't just tell me to get out. Yeah, that's where you're mistaken, actually. The ownership transfer never actually happened. It didn't? Nope, so on paper, that condo is still my legal property, and all I can say is, thank goodness for that. I don't understand. Why didn't you do it yet? There was something I needed to look into before moving forward, so I held off on finalizing the name change. Okay, what exactly did you need to investigate? His embezzlement. Embezzlement? Are you serious right now? Dead serious. He was misusing both our money and company funds. To put it plainly, Greg was treating our household money like his personal play fund. And he didn't stop there. He was helping himself to company money too. Hold on, wasn't it technically his money too? You two were married, right? Doesn't that make everything joint property? And he was an executive, wasn't he? Doesn't that count for something? Please, he barely contributed to our household or the company at all. Most of his income went straight to you. That's how you managed to live so freely without working a single day. He could afford to do that because I was the one running the business. I covered everything. He never had to struggle because I made sure he didn't, which is exactly why, when I calculated the division of assets, I gave myself 70%, leaving him with just 30%, and that was pretty generous on my part. Oh my god, he's only getting 30%? That's all? And let's talk about the company money now. It doesn't matter if someone's an executive or even the CEO. You can't just swipe money from the company account and spend it on romantic dates with your affair partner. That's not how any of this works. Wait, are you saying he used company money on our dates? Meals, hotels, all the little getaways, the fancy presents, the designer heels, the dress you wore to that French place. Yeah, he tried to pass those all off as business expenses. And you know what that means? It means that you were the recipient of embezzled funds. I didn't know! I had no idea! Whether you knew or not isn't for me to decide. That's for the police. Wait, what? The police? We'll be filing both civil and criminal complaints very soon, so I suggest you lawyer up. And just so you know, it wasn't just the dating expenses. He made one last massive withdrawal from the company account right before he resigned. A final parting gift to himself that he was planning to use as capital to start his new company. No, he told me that was from his personal savings. Yeah, well, surprise, it wasn't. It was company money, straight out of the corporate account. This isn't some little marital squabble anymore. This is a full-on corporate governance issue, and we'll be filing official reports accordingly. He might actually get arrested? Oh, it's a strong possibility. And once the numbers are rebalanced and we recalculate everything to include the money he stole, he's going to owe me not just repayment, but punitive damages on top. However much that sounds like it's going to be to you, add a few zeros and that's what you're looking at. He'll be neck deep in debt. It's unavoidable at this point. This is not what I signed up for. This doesn't match anything I had planned. I was supposed to be the wife of a successful CEO, not some bankrupt criminal. Yeah, too bad for you. And if he can't afford to pay it all back, well, you're his wife now, so guess who gets to help foot the bill? Wait, please, just hold on a second. I don't even have a job. I can't afford that kind of money. I burned through all my savings already because I thought I could rely on his income. That sounds like a you problem. Your poor financial planning has nothing to do with me. How can you be so cold? You're just some bitter, childless woman trying to ruin our happiness out of pure jealousy. You're awful. You're absolutely disgusting. Speaking of family, could you pass along a message to your new mother-in-law for me? Tell her I won't be charging her back rent for the time they've spent living in my condo. But if you and Greg plan to stay there any longer, then rent is due. Full price, no discounts, no leniency. Also, regardless of whether she moves out or not, she still owes me the $50,000 I loaned her after the bankruptcy. $50,000? For what? When they lost everything, I gave them money to move and get back on their feet. There's a signed agreement. It's all documented. The terms were simple. As long as I was still married to Greg, I wouldn't charge interest and there was no deadline. But now that we're divorced, that clause no longer applies. So I expect the full amount to be repaid with all due haste. That's not fair! You might want to hold that thought because I'm not finished yet. Oh, come on, there's more? Yes, there is. Back in our 4th year of marriage, when we started to worry about not having kids, we both got fertility tests. I'm guessing that little detail somehow disappeared in Greg's version of the story. No, don't say it. I'll go ahead and say it anyway. The reason we couldn't conceive was him. Come on! Now, maybe something's changed since then, who knows? But that was the result. Anyway, my lawyer will be in touch soon. You'd be smart to respond quickly. Wait, please just wait a second. I didn't know any of this. If this keeps going, I'm going to be left with nothing. No money, no home, no future. Please, I'm begging you, don't leave me trapped in poverty with Greg and his parents. Help me get away from him. Help me divorce him. I'm begging you. Thanks to my very thorough investigation, Greg was formally charged with both criminal and civil offenses for embezzlement. As a result, he's now drowning in a mountain of debt. The truth is, he was never particularly competent at work. He only held an executive title because he was married to the company president. He had no real skills, no leadership ability, and certainly no means of generating that kind of income on his own. Now, he and his parents are living modestly, scraping by on part-time jobs, working themselves to the bone just to pay me back, slowly, painfully, dollar by dollar. Kaylin tried to run away once things started collapsing, but Greg's parents wouldn't let her go. Eventually, she managed to slip away when they weren't watching, and now they're tangled up in a messy divorce mediation. To make matters worse, her parents found out that she had been sleeping with a married man, so they disowned her. She can't go home. She has no one left to rely on. Last I heard, she's living alone in a small apartment outside the city, working menial jobs and barely scraping by.